NATO prepares for high-level personnel.
Taiwan earthquake. Over 1,000 people are killed and injured.
Cua Lo. Unique night market selling flashing squids.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Ha Zhang, your host. The NATO Foreign Minister Conference taking place in Brussels, Belgium, has conducted its first working day. Accordingly, the members discussed who should take on the position of Secretary General of NATO from October 2024.
Accordingly, Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is supported by the majority of NATO members to become new Secretary General of the organization. Meanwhile, President of Romania announced that he would run for this position. It is known that all NATO allies agreed that the organization must play the main role in distributing military aid to Ukraine instead of the US as currently. NATO wants a stable and sustainable aid mechanism to not be dependent on political changes in each NATO member. This helps NATO cope with the upcoming results of US presidential election. No matter which party is in power in the US, NATO's commitment to Ukraine will not change.
Taiwan's fire department said today that the number of deaths and injuries following the 7.4 magnitude earthquake on April the 3rd had increased to more than 1,000 people. Dozens of others remain missing and 71 miners are still trapped underground.
In Hualien district, where is near the epicenter, suffered heavy damages. Dozens of aftershocks continued to shake the area and forced many people to sleep outside overnight. Local authorities plan to deploy drones and helicopters to search and distribute aid goods to the residents. This is the most powerful earthquake to strike Taiwan in 25 years, since the 7.6 magnitude earthquake in 1999 that killed 2,400 people and collapsed 50,000 houses. It is known that to cope with earthquakes, authorities had tightened construction regulations and provided people with good training in saving their lives.
Today, Mr. Thành, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, just conducted an inspection of key projects in progress of the province. Accordingly, the Provincial Party Secretary and the delegation conducted inspection of the road connecting Vinh, Cua Lo Phase 2, the coastal road from Nghi Sơn, Thanh Hóa Province to Cua Lo, Nghệ An Province. The delegation also checked the site clearance work for the project to renovate and upgrade National Highway 7 at Mỹ Thành Commune, Yên Thành District, the road connecting National Highway 7C, Do Luang District, to Ho Chi Minh Road, Tân Kỳ District. Regarding to the value of construction to date, the coastal road projects had reached 75.5% of the contract. Meanwhile, the road connecting National Highway 7C and Ho Chi Minh Road reached 92%. The road connecting Vinh and Cua Lo has reached 70% of the contract so far. However, the biggest obstacle in the process of doing these projects is site clearance. Coming up next are some updated news.
Vietnamese Prime Minister has recently requested the Ministry of Planning and Investment to preside over and coordinate closely with the Ministry of Public Security to fully exploit the National Population Database in the 2024 midterm population and housing census. The goal is to develop applications for population data, identification and electronic authentication to serve national digital transformation in the period 2022 to 2025. With a vision to 2030 in an economical and effective way to reduce investment costs and create convenience for people. Subjects of investigation in the 2024 midterm population and housing census are residential households, the actual permanent population of households. Residents living in areas under separate management of the military and police are not included.
Nghệ An is now experiencing the first hot days of this summer. At one point, the outdoor temperature reached 43 degrees Celsius. Due to the nature of work, many workers have to stay outdoors and fight the intense heat to make a living. At construction sites, to cope with the super hot sunlight, the workers have to start their work at 5 a.m. However, to meet work progress, most of them have no choice but to work under high heat with short break time. Meanwhile, people who do other manual jobs such as porters, cart carriers or sellers can only cope with the heat by wearing protective clothing, hoods, and face coverings.
This morning, the Vietnam Football Federation held an official announcement ceremony and signed a contract with Mr. Hoang An Tuan, head coach of the U23 Vietnam team. Tuan has had years working for Vietnamese youth football. Most recently, Mr. Hoang An Tuan led U23 Vietnam to excellently win the U23 Southeast Asia Championship for the second time in Thailand. As head coach of U23 Vietnam, Mr. Tuan will lead the national team to attend the 2024 AFC U23 Championship final that takes place in Qatar from April 15th to May 3rd. The Vietnam Football Federation did not publicize the salary Mr. Hoang An Tuan gets for this important position.
In Nghệ An, there is a unique market that takes place every day in the evening on Way Lancho Island, Cua Lo town, right after the squid fishing boats return from sailing. We are talking about the night market selling flashing squids, which attracts a large numbers of local residents and tourists to taste the good flavor of fresh seafood.
The market selling flashing squid officially operated on the way to Lan Chao Island in Ghi Thuy Ward since May 2023. So-called jumping squids or flashing squids are squids that are very fresh and still alive after being caught.
Squids in Cua Lo are fresh. I go to Cua Lo at weekends eat squid. Cua Lo squid is the best and they have good price.
I have heard people talking about flashing or jumping squids for many times. So today I come here to experience how to buy fresh squids. It's very crowded and bustling here.
The way flashing squids are sold to buyers is unusual. Without measuring the weights of squids with any scales, the sellers sell their seafood with bunches of large metal bowls. No tables or chairs or electric lights. All they need is flashlights, and the shopping scene is always bustling every night. It can be said that Cua Lo's flashing or jumping squids are not only fresh dish but also a unique culinary culture of this sunny and windy sea town.
And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.